Hello viewers, welcome back. I hope you are doing good. Today we are going to solve another question from line 75 series. This is longest substring without repeating characters. So we'll be given a string and we have to create substring out of it, and we need to see the longest among those which doesn't have any repeating characters in it. All characters should be unique on those substring. I got cold, so I might not be able to speak properly. Please bear with me. So let's understand first what is substring. Substring basically is like if we have a given string and then we can create many string out of it. We can take some characters from our given string and we can create the substring. And these characters should be contiguous in the original substring. Even we can create subarrays. Subarrays are also similar thing where the subarray which we are going to create from main array will have characters contiguous or will have the elements contiguous as in original array or as an original string in case of substring, and the substring length might go till at max till the original length of the string, but it can be as short as like 0 character. So I hope that you have understood the substring. Let's understand the problem more. So in this example here, we have been given a string which have some characters, and we have to find a substring out of it which will have distinct characters, and that should be longest as well. So if we'll see, we can create string like a b. We can't take a character from here and another character from here, or I mean whatever string we are creating, that will be shorter string out of the main string, but the characters inside that should be contiguous. Like we can take all of these three characters together and we can create one substring. So we can have many substring out of this. Like AB can be a substring, A can be a substring. We can take BCA can be a substring. So we can see that we can have many substring which is of length 3, and that is the longest we can get. We can't go beyond these three. I mean the more than 3 character substring in this string. So that's why the answer is 3. So how can we solve this? So one way to solve this with brute force is we can create every possible string out of this given string. I mean every possible substring out of this given string, and then we can take the length of all those strings and we can see which is the largest length among the string. That will be our answer. But for creating every possible string in out of this, it's gonna take us n square time. So I've written down the example here. We can see, and I've written down what all string we can create out of this which doesn't have repeating character. So one can start from the first character and go as far as possible and create the substring without repeating characters. So if I'll start at A, I can create ABC. Like ABC, we can see that no character is repeating inside this substring. But if we have to take the next character, which is A here, this A, if I take, I already have A in my ABC. This guy already have ABC. This guy already have A, so I can't take another A. I have to stop it here. So basically, while I've started creating the string from the first character, the max I can take is ABC. I have to stop it here. So now that is done, what next I can do? So once that is done, I can start from the second character and then again repeat the process. So if I'll start from the second character, I can create BCA. I can't take BCAB because I already have B. So that's why BCA. Similarly, we can create CAB, ABC, BCCB, B and B respectively. If we are creating from each of these characters. So this S1 is when we started from the first character, S2 is when we started from the second character, S3 is when we started from the third character, and I've listed down every character. I mean I've listed down all the string, but what is the time complexity of it? What we can see is like we take one string and then try to read every other characters, right? That's what we are doing till we are not finding the duplicates. Now what is going to be the time complexity of this? For each character we are trying to build a substring. So for if we are going to do this process for every character, that means it's gonna take us n into n time, because for one character it's taking n time. So for n character it's going to take us n square time, right? Which will give us TLE. So what better we can do? So we can get some observation from this, whatever string we have created. So if you see that in the string ABC, the first string, and the second string BCA, BC is common, right? If we take the original example ABCA, right? So ABC was my first string and then BCA was my second string. So what I have done, while I was taking the second string, I have discarded the first string, right? So that's the only difference. So this is the perfect example of the algorithm known as sliding window. So whatever we want to find for here, we want to find the substring which doesn't have any repeating character that can act as a window for us. and that's the valid window does should not have the repeating character, and we need to slide the window. So in first, if you see, we have created ABC. ABC can act as our window, but then if I try to put another character inside this window, I'm seeing there is a violation. There is a violation that is coming in. I can't take the next character. So from, if I just come back to our previous discussion, that some characters are common, right? A from the first string is gone, and from the second string I have A here. So we can see that why we are repeating the process of creating the substring again. I already created ABC, right? In as the S1, in S2, while I was creating S2, I can just remove the first character and take the next character, right? BC can remain same. I don't have to read BC again. So I can remove the redundant task of creating the common characters in the substring, right? That's how sliding window help us. What's gonna happen? A, B, C. This is the sliding window now. Now A has come, which is creating violation in my substring, right? So what I'm going to do? I'm going to remove the duplicate character from the left side of the window. This is my window. So if I'm taking a new one and I'm seeing there is a violation, I will shrink the window. This process is known as shrinking. So generally we'll keep on taking the letters, like I got A, then B, then C. What I'm doing, I'm expanding my window. This is expansion, and this is I'm shrinking it. Whenever I'm seeing the violation, I'm shrinking it, and the shrinking process will always be done from the left side. I'll be removing the elements, or I will be removing the characters from the left side of our substring, right? So basically for solving it with sliding window, I need two pointer. I should know where my sliding window starts. So I need a start variable, which will be here initially. Initially start and end both will be at the same position. Let's say I got A, both will be at A. Now I'll keep on going and taking characters, right? So my and will go on increasing. It will go on taking more character, and it will be pointing to the new characters, the last character, right? But and will be still, sorry, the start will always be at the first until unless I encounter the first violation. So to iterate again, let's say I am having a character A now. My and start both are at the first character A. Now I got B. So and will start pointing to B, and it will basically increment it value to the next character. Now in the next iteration, I'll get C. So again, my and needs to move to the new position. Now I'll be getting A. After getting A, I can see that my window is no longer valid because I am already having A and I'm putting a new A. So this is not a valid window anymore. So I need to remove element from the left hand side, right? So now start needs to point to the next. So now start should point this, and we will discard this A. Now I'll see, okay, there is no violation. So there might be a case that if, let's say I have A and then B, then C. Now let's say I again get B. So you can see that this is violated. So I need to first remove A, but still I see that my resultant string still have a repeating character as like in B, right? So I need to again remove B. So when we remove the violation from the window, will have to remove many characters from the left hand side, and start will be correspondingly moving again and again. And that's why we have to do it using a while loop or some loop, right? Because we have to continuously keep on removing the left characters. So that is how the sliding window gonna work. So now let's write the general template for a sliding window algorithm. So here we need to see each of the characters. So we need to traverse each of the character, and for traversing, we are going to use end. For shrinking, so because an end is going to be used for expansion, so that's how we will be traversing the window. And start is going to be used as shrinking, and start is going to be used for shrinking. So this will come into picture only during the violation. So we'll have a while loop, and we'll keep on looping until my end is less than my length, so that I can traverse each of the element. So now after taking the new value, we need to see that if we are hitting a violation. If violation is true, means we are getting a violation in my window, then I will have to shrink it. So shrinking, I'll be doing start plus plus, so that I can move start to the next pointer and discard the value. So that's why I've written discard left value. If you'll just go increment the start, our left value will be discarded. And once I come out of this while loop, I'll come out of this while loop when once there is no violation. Then I can increment my end, and then I can take the window length. That will be my answer. So how we can take the window length? Length of window will be end minus start plus 1. And minus start plus 1 will be our window length always. and that will be, in our case, will give the length. So let's run the code with the given example. To start with, our variable will be at 0, the start and end will be at 0, and the size of the window is 1 with this formula, and window will have the first character value because we are at 0. Now to read the more value, we'll go to the next variable. So we'll have to increment and to 1. So now what is the window? Window is AB now, and that is a valid window. So what is the length of this? The length will be end minus start. So 1 minus 0 plus 1, that is 2. And our start is again at 0. So we'll move forward and our end will become 2 and we'll be having A, B, C value. That is again valid. So we will just calculate 2 minus 0 plus 1, that is 3. And this is again at 0. Now next value what we are getting is A. So this will become A, B, C, A. Now this window is no longer valid, right? So I need to remove A. How many values we have to remove? We just need to remove one value. So that's why we need to increment start by one value. Start will come here. And now if I calculate, and where is my AND? My AND is at 3. So for calculating the size, 3 minus 1 plus 1, that is going to be 3 again. And this is BCA. Now the next character which I'm going to read is B. So I'll put that value here and we see again we are hitting a violation. So if we are hitting a violation, we need to shrink the window. For shrinking the window, how many character we have to remove? We just have to remove one character, right? That is B. So we'll increment the start by 1. So start will become 2 now. And is at 4. So 4 minus 2 plus 1, that is 3. So this is not there. We have CAB. Fine. Next time we will increment the end again. End will be at 5 and we'll get value as CAB and we'll try to take this C. Again, we are hitting a violation. How many characters are in violation? Only one character, that is C. So start need to be incremented by 1. 4 minus 3 plus 1. It is how many? It is 2. Sorry, this was 5. So 5 minus 3 plus 1, that should be 3. Now we need to increment the end again. This becomes 6 and we will be taking B again. So we have A, B, C already and we are taking B again. So now we are taking B again. We again have a violation. How many character we have to remove from left side? We have to remove this A. Again we have a violation. We have to remove this B again. Now we don't have a violation. So we have to increment start by 2 value. So start will become 5. So this will be 6 minus 5 plus 1. That comes out to be 2 and we have 2 values here. Next time we will increment the start, sorry, we'll increment the end by 1, will come at 7 and we have B, we have CB and we are going to take B again. Again, we are seeing that there is a violation. How many character we have to remove? We'll remove first C. Again, we have a violation. We have to remove B again. So 2 character we have to remove. So start will be incremented by 2 character. So 7 minus 7 plus 1, that comes out to be 1 and we have B. So these are the valid windows. You can see the maximum value what we have got is 3. So answer will be 3. So let's solve this up. So for solving this, we need two variables, start at 0 and end at 0. And we need a map. We'll call it as char map because we need to take a count of each variable, right? That's how we'll get to know whether we are hitting a violation or not. So we'll be using while loop and we'll be iterating in while loop till our end reaches to the last character as by as dot length. Now I got a new character. This is new char. New char will be as of start, sorry, as of end. So after getting this new char, we have to store it in the char map. So char map. So for storing the value, we'll use char map.set because it's a map, and for setting the new value, we have to use the set function. The key is the new char, and whatever the previous value we had, we'll increment it by 1. And previous value, how we can take? We can take using char map.get, and we can pass this new char. If let's say I'm encountering this character first time, so there won't be any previous value. In that case, we have to handle the default value that will be undefined if it is not there already. So for undefined, we are using 0 to handle the undefined case. Now we know that we have the value in our window. So our window my window got the new character. So let's see if there is a violation. So if there is a violation, then this new value, what I'm getting now, will have more characters in it than 1, right? It will have more than one character. That means this new character is creating a duplicate, or it's creating the repeating character. So we have to remove it, right? So what I'm going to remove, so I'm just going to use this line again. I will set the value. So the new character, or I will call it the left character. Left character will be as of start. I have to remove this at as of start, right? So this left char need to be removed. So whatever value it has in the map, that should be decremented. And let's say if I see the new value has become 0, then I will remove this key. If the new value of the character has become 0, then I am going to remove that key itself, because that's no longer needed. I will just do charmap.delete, and that will get removed. So what I'm doing is I'm removing the characters from my map, from my window. I'm removing the characters, the left character, and now I will increment the start. So this while loop will be running multiple times till we don't have the violation. This guy is checking for the violation. So now we can have a answer variable or max length variable, which will have the length of the largest substring. Initially the largest substring length will be 0. So I'm going to do math dot max of the previous value and the current in window size. What is the current window size? Current window size is end minus start plus 1. And after taking the window size, I need to increment the value of end, because we need to move, actually we need to move our end pointer to the next value. Now after doing all this, I will have the max length as my answer. I need to return it. So what I'm doing, just a recap. Initially, both the pointer is at 0. Initially both the pointer are at 0. We have taken a char map to keep into account of each of the characters, and a max length variable to keep count of the maximum length of the substring. We'll have to loop till the end. So I'm doing n less than s of length. I've taken the current character, set the value in the map. If the character value, the frequency of the current character is more than 1, that means we have got a violation. We have repeating characters. We need to remove, we have to shrink the window. So this is basically the checking of violation step. And here we are doing shrinking. Here we are doing shrinking of the window. For shrinking, we just have to remove the left value. And if it has become 0, then remove it from the map and then do start plus plus, so that my start move to the next value. And then take the current valid window length. This is a valid window length. Valid window length. That can be one of my answer if it is having the greatest value or the largest value than the previous max length. And at the end, we need to move to the next character so that we can start looking the next values. At the end, we need to return the max length. So let's run it and see if this works. And this is working fine. Let's submit it. And this is working for all of the cases. Awesome. So we could have used a set instead of a map. So how we could have solved, because set can let us know if there is a duplicate, right? So now if we would have used a set, then instead of keeping directly in the map, what we can do is we can use set and see if the new character is already there in my window. If the new character which we are encountering now, if it is already there, that means it will return a true value. The has will return a true value. And if that's the case, we need to remove the left character. And for removing the left character, we don't have to do all this. We just have to do set dot delete left char, and the left value will be deleted from the set. And after doing all this, I can put the new value in my set. So I will just do set dot add the new character. So here what we are doing, we have not kept the value directly in my set. First I've checked for its duplicate, removed the duplicate, made my current window valid, and then I have kept the new value. So now I will so now run it and see if it works. And this is working fine too. So basically both of the approaches are fine. The set approach has less number of lines compared to the map approach, but both are correct. I hope you have understood the solution and you find it useful. Please hit the like button if you feel so and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.